The world of UFC can be a seriously wild place, and a lot of insults fly around everywhere. Normally, those are limited to insults to the fighters themselves, but sometimes those lines are crossed and even family gets insulted. We'll check out the outrageous comments that Colby Covington made at Dustin Poirier and his family, and check out a bunch of other UFC news like the beef between Dana White and Jake Paul. Covington has been trying to get Poirier to move up a weight class. There's been loads of bad blood between these two for a while now, and even if they used to be friends, and it seems like Covington's pretty desperate to get Poirier in the octagon and legally be able to smash his face in. If that is the way things go down in the end, we all know that any MMA fight can be really unpredictable. Colby Covington has been saying for a while that Dustin Poirier needs to move up in weight class and come to take on some real men at the 170-pound class. He's also made it very clear that the fight between them would be completely personal, but entirely fair. He makes a good point. Dustin has to work hard to stay in his lightweight class and normally weighs in at around 185 and around there. Pretty much the same weight as Colby. A fight between them would be pretty spectacular as there are two of the best fighters around at the moment. But Poirier has not taken the bait and has not said anything about the challenge. That's when Covington went even further to get him to agree. He went way over the line. It's common for fighters to talk smack about each other, especially if they're building hype for a fight or trying to get another fighter to fight them. But there are some rules. Only the real bad boys of the sport cross that line, and now Colby Covington has joined the club that is willing to hit way below the belt to get that point across. Trying to get Dustin Poirier to fight him, he went on to give some seriously harsh comments. He started out by saying that Dustin was saying that he would fight Colby on sight if he saw him, but he didn't follow suit. He said that he had to challenge his street cred because he likes talking big in the media but won't face him in the cage. Then he spoke to Dustin directly and went on to say that he's a coward. But it was after that that he really crossed a line. He went on to say that Dustin's wife is a H, has fake boobs on her chest, and that Dustin is a terrible father. Those comments didn't make him a lot of fans. Taking on another man's family is going overboard. Why is there so much bad blood between them? There was a time that these two fighters worked out in the same gym and could even be considered friends. They supported each other on social media and had good things to say about each other. We aren't sure exactly what happened there, but that quickly changed. In fact, sounds like Covington blames Poirier for forcing him out of his previous gym. He said that it was thanks to Dustin that he needed to change gyms and that he turned people there against him. He's even called him a bully. It's pretty clear that they won't be getting back to a place of friendship, probably ever. But does that mean they'll fight? Could a fight between Dustin Poirier and Colby Covington actually happen? It is possible. Dustin's career is in a bit of a state of limbo at the moment, and he said that it would be hard for him to get back to the weight to be able to compete in lightweight competitions. It's likely that he'll be forced to move up to a welterweight class, and then who knows how long it would be before their paths cross in the octagon. With everything that's been said between them, one thing is for sure: the fight is sure to be seriously explosive. The Twitter war between Dana White and Jake Paul. This is another wild story to come out of the fighting world. In general, I try to never agree with Jake Paul on anything, ever. But some points were made, and I can't convince myself to disagree with all of them. Jake Paul has been taking the world of fighting by storm and has seemed to have his eye on MMA fighting recently. But the Twitter war he has had with UFC President Dana White recently has pretty much guaranteed that it could be a while before he fights there. Both have accused the other of drug use and have said that they should go for random drug testing. Now Paul has even gone on to say that he would retire from boxing and fight Jorge Masvidal right away if White agrees to a few terms. He wants UFC fighters' pay to increase since it's only $12,000 per fight right now. He wants them to get some of the UFC annual revenues that go up to $1 billion in 2021, and he wants UFC to provide long-term health care to their fighters. That's the biggest one that I doubt anyone can argue about. Dana has said that brain damage is just part of the gig, but they're doing nothing to support their fighters later on in life. White has responded by only saying that no one believes that Paul wrote that, not exactly a pledge to do better. Do you think the UFC should support their fighters' health in the long run, or is it on them if they want to enter a career in fighting? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Love to hear them. Next up, we're going to get an update on Anthony Johnson's health, check out another bout between Sean O'Malley and Marlon Vera, and so much more. First, let's get an update on Anthony Johnson's health. Bellator president Scott Coker recently gave fans an update on Anthony Johnson's health. Apparently, the fighter, who is a former UFC title challenger and current Bellator light heavyweight contender, will still be out of the cage for a while, since he still has a way to go before getting back to fighting shape. He's still recovering from the illness that forced him to retire before the semifinals for the title. We still don't know exactly what was wrong with him, but we do know that he is still working on his recovery. Coker went on to say that he assured the fighter that the most important thing was to recover fully before coming back to fight, and that his spot would be there no matter how long it takes him to get cleared for fighting. That there is so much more to life than fighting, and that he needs to listen to his doctors and completely heal up. Seems it will still be a while before he competes again, but the fact that he is getting better is the most important thing. Another bout between Sean O'Malley and Marlon Vera. For two guys who have beaten each other to a pulp already, these dudes sure still have a lot of pent-up rage toward each other. But I have to admit, I found the most recent back and forth very funny. They can't stand each other, and we all know how it is. When you really don't like someone, then everything they do just irritates you even more, even if that thing is actually a good thing. Sean O'Malley still doesn't believe that Vera beat him in any other way than on paper, and that has made their beef even more than they did before the fight. Anyway, this latest social media round started when O'Malley posted a video of a trip he took to his local Walmart during the holidays. He was handing out cash to random shoppers and a show of Christmas charity. Nice thing, right? Well, Vera did not approve. The back and forth. Vera didn't speak out about the giving, but he did make it clear what he thought of giving when someone is filming you. He said that you don't need a camera guy to help people, and then he called O'Malley some choice words. O'Malley used his podcast to give an answer. First, he called the use of camera guy sexist because it was his sister doing the filming and that she is a girl, implying it was rude to assume it was a guy doing the filming. Like I said, it was pretty funny. Then he went on to say that he never knew that you could just help people without being filmed. He thought that the people getting the money might not care about it then, that you have to have a camera for people to care. Love the sarcasm. He said that he thought the day was pretty fun, and even if he is what Vera accused him of, giving the money to people gave him a good feeling, made him feel like a good person. I guess it's his money and he can give it away as he sees fit. Do you think it was rude to film his charity? Let me know. Thanks for watching.